Airlines made $33.3 billion in baggage fees alone in 2023, with total ancillary revenue hitting $117.9 billion. But here's what they don't want you to know. Some seats they're charging you extra for are actually traps designed to make your flight miserable. Right now, you're probably picking seats based on what looks good on their colorful seat map. But those maps hide the brutal reality of what you're actually buying. There's one seat type that airlines market as premium that's so bad, experienced travelers call it a scam. We're counting down the 6 worst plane seats airlines hope you'll choose. And number 1 will change how you book flights forever. Stay until the end because the final seat trap costs passengers thousands in missed connections and generates billions in upgrade revenue. Seat 6, the windowless window seat. Premium price, blank wall view. You paid extra for that window seat, excited to watch takeoff and see the world below. But when you board, you discover something airlines conveniently forgot to mention. There's no window. Holiday Pirates documents this deception perfectly. The infamous Seat 11A on Ryanair. If you want to avoid awkward staring or feeling like you're on a train instead of a plane, pay attention to the seat configuration. Airlines like Norwegian and Ryanair have windowless window seats where aircraft design creates gaps. The psychology is brutal. You're trapped against a blank wall for hours, unable to see outside, feeling claustrophobic. Airlines know this, but still charge window seat premiums because most passengers don't check detailed seat maps before booking. They profit from your assumption that window means window. Aircraft manufacturers create these gaps where fuselage sections meet, but airlines rarely disclose this during booking. You pay premium prices for premium disappointment, staring at metal paneling instead of clouds and landscapes. Defense strategy. Always check SeatGuru or detailed aircraft layouts before selecting seats. Screenshot the seat map since airlines can change aircraft at the last minute. Look for seat reviews that specifically mention missing windows or structural gaps. Seat 5, the bulkhead deception. Extra legroom, extra problems. Airlines market bulkhead seats as premium upgrades with extra legroom and charge accordingly. But they're hiding crucial disadvantages that make these seats torture chambers for many passengers, especially on long flights. The vacationer exposes the hidden reality. Bulkhead row seats, no underseat storage, potential overhead bin space issues, narrower seats, awkward and flimsy tray tables. Everything you normally store under the seat in front must go overhead, competing for already limited bin space. Passport Pro Travel adds more problems airlines don't advertise. The tray tables fold out from armrests, making them smaller and less stable. Entertainment screens mount at uncomfortable angles that strain your neck. Armrests don't lift, creating a narrower, effective seat width. Here's why airlines love selling these. They can charge extra while giving you a fundamentally compromised experience. No storage means constant overhead bin battles. Narrow armrests mean less shoulder room. Awkward screens strain your neck for hours. But they market it as premium because of the legroom. The business psychology is brilliant. They take a seat with significant drawbacks and focus marketing on the one advantage. Passengers pay extra thinking they're upgrading, when they're often trading comfort for leg space. Defense strategy. Only choose bulkhead if legroom is your absolute priority and you travel with minimal carry-on items. Understand you're trading storage convenience and comfort for leg space. Check reviews for specific aircraft types. Seat 4, the exit row trap. Premium price, legal responsibility. Airlines charge premium prices for exit row seats, marketing them as spacious upgrades. But they're not telling you about the legal responsibilities and hidden discomforts that come with that extra legroom. You're paying to become an unpaid flight attendant. The vacationer reveals what airlines don't advertise, may require emergency duties, lack underseat storage, and can have temperature issues due to poorly sealed exits. You're not just buying a seat, you're accepting liability in emergencies and agreeing to help evacuate hundreds of people. But here's an even worse trap. Seats directly in front of exit rows often can't recline at all, leaving passengers upright for entire long-haul flights. Airlines still charge regular prices for these torture seats because passengers don't realize the limitation until they try to recline. Temperature control becomes another nightmare. Exit door seals aren't perfect, creating cold drafts that make these seats uncomfortable on long flights. Flight attendants must brief you on emergency procedures, but they don't mention you'll be freezing for 8 hours. The cruel irony, you pay extra to help airlines meet federal safety requirements while sacrificing basic comforts like reclining, underseat storage, or consistent temperature. Airlines profit from regulatory requirements by charging passengers to fulfill safety rules. Defense strategy. Consider emergency responsibilities seriously before choosing exit rows. Verify if you're physically capable and willing to assist in emergencies. Check if the seat in front of an exit row has full recline capability. Bring extra layers for temperature issues. Seat 3. Bathroom and galley territory. The sensory nightmare zone. You think you're being smart, avoiding middle seats, so you choose aisle seats near the back. But airlines have placed you in their designated noise and odor zone, charging the same price for a significantly worse experience. The vacationer documents the brutal reality. Seats near a bathroom, subject to poor odors, lines, crowds, loud conversations, and people leaning on seats. Going.com confirms the noise assault. Seats near the galleys and lavatories are usually the noisiest due to crew movement, announcements, and passenger traffic, disrupting sleep and peace. The sensory assault is relentless. Flushing sounds every few minutes, passengers congregating and talking loudly, flight attendants banging galley doors at all hours, and the unmistakable bathroom odors that intensify as flights progress. Your seat becomes a gathering spot for strangers waiting in line. Food service creates additional chaos as crew members constantly access galley storage, creating crashes and banging that make sleep impossible. Passengers treat nearby seats as waiting areas, leaning on your seat back and having conversations above your head. Airlines profit because passengers focus on aisle access without checking what's nearby on seat maps. They're essentially selling you front row seats to the airplane's least pleasant areas while charging the same fare as quieter locations. The psychology works because seat maps don't indicate noise levels or foot traffic. They show you the seat location but hide the experiential nightmare of constant disruption and unpleasant odors. Defense strategy. Study detailed seat maps to identify bathroom and galley locations. Choose seats at least 3-4 rows away from high traffic areas. Avoid seats where passengers naturally congregate during long flights. Seat 2. The back row nightmare. Turbulence amplifier and connection killer. Airlines often discount back row seats slightly, making them seem like deals. But physics and logistics make these seats punishment chambers that can ruin your entire travel experience and cost you thousands in missed connections. The vacationer explains the physics airlines don't want you to understand. Seats in the back are away from the wings, which causes a more turbulent ride. Being in the back also means you're one of the last ones off the plane, not ideal if you're trying to make a tight connection. Going.com confirms the turbulence reality that airlines hide. The knocking and swaying is more pronounced in rear sections because you're furthest from the aircraft's center of gravity. Every air pocket becomes amplified into a stomach-churning experience. Passport Pro Travel calls it the perfect storm of problems. Limited recline, leading to back stiffness and discomfort, especially on long flights, and our near-constant bathroom traffic. Last rows often don't recline at all due to galley walls behind them. But here's the financial trap airlines profit from. Slow deplaning from back rows causes missed connections. Rebooking fees, overnight hotel stays, and missed meetings can cost hundreds or thousands. Airlines collect these fees while selling you the seats that create the problem. The connection nightmare is predictable and profitable for airlines. They know back row passengers deplane last, they know tight connections exist, but they sell these seats without warning about deplaning delays. Defense strategy. Avoid last rows entirely if you have connections under 2 hours. Choose seats over the wing for the smoothest ride. Factor an extra 15-20 minutes deplaning time from back rows into connection planning. Here's where most people forget that one simple click helps more travelers avoid these traps. Hit that subscribe button so this reaches others who need to see these airline secrets exposed. But now for the seat that airlines desperately want you to choose, and it's their most profitable passenger trap. Seat 1. The middle seat moneymaker. Airlines' billion-dollar victim creator. This is the seat airlines desperately want you to choose, not because it's good for you, but because it's their most profitable psychological trap. Every middle seat filled means maximum passenger density and maximum upgrade revenue from desperate travelers. The vacationer states the obvious truth airlines profit from. Middle seats offer no direction to lean or stretch, lack of aisle access, worse for tall, large people, potential armrest disputes. But the misery goes deeper than simple discomfort. Passport Pro Travel expands on the systematic torture. Middle seats are dreaded for fighting for armrest space, minimal personal space, disturbing others to access the aisle, and worse air circulation, increasing sickness risk. You're trapped between strangers, fighting for basic space. But here's the brilliant psychology airlines exploit. They make middle seats so undesirable that passengers pay anything to avoid them, generating billions in upgrade revenue. The NY Post documented traveler Jordan Twaley's successful rebellion. This travel hack has saved me from many a middle seat over the years. It's actually never failed me and has a 100% perfect record when done correctly. His method involves temporarily selecting middle seats online to block them, then choosing better seats once availability changes. One fan celebrated, "Damn, this is genius. Any win over Ryanair is a win for humanity." But airlines are catching on to these tactics. The revenue psychology is perfect. Airlines deliberately create miserable experiences, then charge passengers to escape them. Middle seats represent the baseline of airline torture that makes every other seat seem worth paying extra for. Air circulation studies show middle seat passengers have higher infection rates due to proximity to more people and limited airflow. Airlines know this, but pack planes tighter anyway, prioritizing profits over passenger health and comfort. Airlines have engineered a system where avoiding the middle seat becomes a luxury purchase rather than a basic comfort expectation. They've weaponized passenger desperation into a revenue stream. Defense strategy. Book flights as early as possible when better seats are available at standard prices. Use seat blocking techniques if booking systems allow, but check terms of service. Join frequent flyer programs for priority seat access. Check in exactly 24 hours early for last-minute seat changes. Consider paying for seat selection if the alternative is middle seat misery. Conclusion: the airline seat deception exposed. These aren't accidents, oversights, or coincidences. Airlines have engineered a systematic deception where passengers pay extra to avoid problems airlines deliberately created. They profit from your desperation to escape discomfort they designed into the flying experience. The pattern is always identical across carriers: market seats with appealing features while hiding devastating disadvantages. Charge premiums for upgrades that create entirely new problems. Make basic comfort so rare that passengers pay anything to achieve it. Revenue psychology drives every decision. Create miserable baseline experiences, then monetize the escape routes. Bulkhead legroom comes with storage nightmares. Exit row space comes with legal responsibilities. Window seats come without windows. Every upgrade has hidden costs airlines don't disclose. But knowledge changes the power dynamic completely. You now understand their profit psychology, their deliberate manipulation tactics, their systematic deceptions. You're no longer just another passenger falling for carefully engineered seat selection scams. The seat selection game isn't about finding perfect seats because airlines have eliminated them. It's about avoiding the worst traps airlines profit from while understanding the trade-offs in every choice. Every terrible seat they fill represents money in their pocket and misery in your journey. Airlines count on passenger ignorance and desperation. They design systems where you make emotional decisions based on incomplete information, then profit when those decisions backfire. But informed passengers can't be manipulated the same way. Type "Smart Flyer" in the comments if this completely changed how you'll book seats from now on. That tells us you're serious about beating airline manipulation, and we'll create more content exposing industry tricks that cost travelers billions. The airline industry has turned passenger comfort into a luxury commodity through systematic deception and psychological manipulation. But armed with this knowledge, you can navigate their traps and fly smarter than they expect. Subscribe for more airline industry exposes that reveal how they manipulate your choices and profit from your discomfort. Because the best defense against travel industry exploitation is understanding exactly how they think. Safe travels, and choose wisely.